Good day, I'm Richel Minga, and for this interview, I will be talking with an adult ES learner to better understand how emotions, motivation, and attitude affect the process of learning English as a second language. This interview is part of our final examination in EL 103, and my interviewee has agreed to be recorded and to share their personal experiences. Good evening, ma'am. Thank you for your time for this interview. But before we begin, could you please introduce yourself first briefly?
Okay, good evening. My name is Annalyn Paragas. I am a dedicated and hardworking person who is willing to learn and improve, especially in using the English language. I may be not be very fluent yet, but I am confident, motivated, and open to new experience. And I believe that continuous practice and learning will help me grow both personally and professionally. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, for our question number one, based on your experiences, how did you feel when you were first required to speak English, especially in front of other people?
At first, I felt nervous and shy. I was afraid of making mistake and being judged by others.
Okay, might as well. Of course, me. I'm still nervous and of course not so confident in speaking English as well.
Yeah,
For
because
our
we're not in a English country. That's
yes, of
why
course, ma'am.
we're not confident using that language.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. For our second question, can you share a specific situation when you felt stressed or embarrassed while speaking English? And of course, what do you think caused that feeling?
I felt stressed when had to speak English in class without preparation. Of course, I was embarrassed because I forgot some words and my grammar was not so perfect.
Yeah,
That's all.
that's so pressure, and it really increased our anxiety and it affect our confidence while speaking, right, ma'am? Okay, ma'am. For question number three, were there any moments when you felt more comfortable using English? What made those situations easier for you?
Yes, I felt more comfortable when I talking with friends or classmates. It was easier because they were patient and very supportive while listening while I'm speaking that language.
Yes. Okay, for the next question, ma'am, what are your main reasons for learning and continuing to improve English?
My main reason is to communicate better and gain more confidence. English also helped me in working and gives me more opportunities with to share others.
Do you want to go
Mhm.
travel, ma'am, or to go to another country?
Ah, maybe.
Okay, for our next question, ma'am, when learning English becomes difficult or frustrating, what helps you stay motivated?
So I always remind myself of my goal. I also practice more and think that making mistake is part of learning.
Wow, that's great, ma'am. Okay, next now for my next question. How do you feel when interacting with native English speakers? And does this affect your confidence or willingness to learn?
Honestly speaking, I feel nervous at first, but I also feel excited. It motivates me too. learn more and improve my English skills.
Of course, when they respond positively, it encourages us to practice more and improves our confidence. Yes, of course. Next, ma'am, next question. How would you describe the ESL classroom environment you experienced, and did it help or hinder your learning?
Okay, the ESL classroom was friendly and supportive. It helped me learning because the teacher encouraged us to speak and practice more how to speak fluently in English language.
Wow, that's great, ma'am. It is said that a positive and supportive classroom environment help us a lot. And of course, teachers like you, ma'am, who encourage participation without focusing too much or mistakes, introduced, of course, anxiety. So, however, restrict correction in front of others sometimes made us hesitant to speak. So that's all, ma'am. That's all. That's my questions. And thank you very much for sharing your experiences. Your answers show how emotions, motivation, and attitude strongly influence the process of learning English as a second language, which clearly relates to the affect filter hypothesis. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time.
You're welcome.
Good day, ma'am, and bye bye.
Good evening. Bye.
After conducting the interview, I realized that emotions play a major role in learning English as a second language. My interviewer's experiences clearly show how Krashen's affective filter hypothesis affects language acquisition. Anxiety and fear, especially during recitations and job interviews, often lowered her confidence and made it difficult for her to express herself even when she knew what to say. However, she felt more comfortable and confident in supportive environments where mistakes were accepted, which helped lower her affective filter and encouraged communication. Motivations was also an important factor in her learning. Her goals related to career and personal development pushed her to continue learning despite challenges. In addition, her attitude toward native English speakers improved over time as she experienced more positive and encouraging interactions, which increased her willingness to practice the language. The interview also showed how classroom environment influences learning. Supportive teachers who encouraged participation reduced anxiety, while strict increased fear of speaking. So, overall, this experience helped me understand that effective language learning is not only about grammar and vocabulary but also about emotions, motivations, and attitude. Creating a supportive and low anxiety environment is essential for successful language acquisition.